Hey guys, in this video we are going to be taking a look at the LEGO Movie minifigure set. Each of the 16 minifigures is available in these blind packets which cost roughly $4 or $5. Inside of each of these blind packets you're going to get a bit of a checklist which shows you all 16 characters that you can collect, which I have in front of me here. In this video I'm just going to give you a bit of a quick look at each of the 16 characters. So first up, we have Calamity Drone. I had to Google Calamity Drone because obviously she's not a main character in the movie. She is the saloon owner in the Wild West and she serves Lord Business. So this is basically what she looks like. That's what the front of her looks like. As you can see, she's holding a shotgun and she has a dress instead of pants. I quite like her blonde hairpiece, and she has a bit of a red hat which clips into the blonde hairpiece, which I think is pretty cool. Next up we have President Business, who is obviously a main character in the movie. I quite like the look of his hair and his facial expression. He is wearing a grey suit with a red tie, and he has a red Octane coffee mug. And this is what the back of him looks like. I quite like the back of his hair too. It's brown at the top and he's sort of going grey underneath. Lord Business also has a second head on the back which is hidden by the hair. As you can see, this face is somewhat more angry than the first face. So let me just put his hair back on. Next up we have Hard Hat Emmett. So with most of the Emmets that come with the LEGO movie sets, he has a hairpiece. So in the minifigure set, he has a hard hat piece. Though at the same time, there is a bit of hair attached to the hard hat piece. He is wearing his usual construction clothes with the Emmet name badge on his pants. And his accessory is some instructions, probably the instructions from the movie, you know, how to make friends, how to become popular, etc. Now let's take a look at Wild West Wild Style. So this is basically what she looks like. I quite like the look of her hair. You know, it's very gothic looking, you know, the black hair with the blue and purple stripes. She has a bit of a fan accessory. She also has a dress instead of pants or legs. And that's what the back of her looks like. I personally prefer the wild styles that have legs rather than dresses. Next up we have Abraham Lincoln. He isn't really a main character in the movie obviously, though it's still kind of cool to have him nonetheless. So that is what the front of him looks like, and that is what the back of him looks like. I quite like his hat piece. I think this is pretty cool. As you can probably or hopefully see, the hat and his beard and hair at the back are actually the one piece, which I find to be pretty cool. And he is holding a bit of parchment which says 407 years ago. It's probably some Abraham Lincoln reference. Now let's take a look at the next character, which is Mrs. Scratchen Post. She is basically the crazy cat lady in the movie. You see her at the beginning of the movie when Emmett is trying to walk past her, and she's got about 20 cats following her. Emmett seems to know the names of all of these cats. I quite like the look of her grey hair. You know, it looks pretty cool. And I also like her face too. It's a bit nerdy looking with the glasses. Her clothes are pretty cool too. As you can probably see, she's got cat hair all over her shirt and pants. She's got a picture of a cat on her pink shirt. And she's got a bit of a bum bag, you know, to keep money in. I know it goes by a different name. I can't remember what you call them, so I'll just call it bum bag. And she has a cat as an accessory, one of her many cats. Now let's take a look at the next character. We have Scribble Face Bad Cop. So obviously this one has two faces. I've currently got the Scribble Face selected. I'll show you Bad Cop in a second. So that is what the front of him looks like. He is holding a bit of a mobile phone accessory and handcuffs. And he has a bit of a police helmet accessory for the hat. And when you remove his hat, you can see basically Bad Cop. I apologize if that's not focusing very well. Though, you know, he's a pretty cool character to include. Next up we have William Shakespeare. The one thing that I really like about Shakespeare is his hairpiece. As you can see, he's completely bald in the middle and he's got hair going around the edges there. I also quite like this white piece that goes between the head and the body part. I know there's a special name for it, though I've forgotten what it's called. And he is holding a feather in his left hand, obviously to dip into ink and to write on the parchment. And the parchment says to build or not to build. A bit cliched. Next up we have Gail, the construction worker. We see her briefly at the beginning of the movie, and we see her later in the movie when she's saying that, you know, she doesn't know who Emmett is, basically. So that's basically what she looks like. She has got a red hard hat accessory similar to Emmett's, and she has also got hair attached to that accessory. And her main accessory is the jackhammer. Next up we have Larry the barista. He's a pretty cool, a pretty funny character in the movie. You know how he is charging $37 for a cup of coffee. I quite like his hair, and I also really like his face. You know, he really needs a shave, which is pretty cool. He's a bit hipster looking. He is in his barista clothing, and he has got a coffee cup. And that is what the back of him looks like. Not too exciting from behind. Next up we have Velma Staplebot, who is Lord Business's personal assistant. We see her taking bad cop to Lord Business in the movie. I quite like her hairstyle. It's sort of like a 60s hairstyle on a robot, really. I quite like her clothing too. And she has got a clipboard that says Top Secret Plan Taco Tuesday. Next up we have Taco Tuesday guy. I really like the look of this guy. I really like his hat. His hat's pretty cool. His poncho is also pretty cool too. There were basically two fabric pieces that you need to put between his head and his body. Though he looks pretty cool. And as you may be able to see over here, he actually has a bowl. It's a bit of a taco bowl, which you might be able to see. It's got two chilies on the inside of it. And these yellow bricks are meant to be tacos, so that's kind of cool. Next up we have the Where Are My Pants guy. You know, he's a pretty cool character. I'm glad they included him. I quite like his hairstyle and his Hawaiian t-shirt. And as you can see, he's wearing white undies and he has got his white pants next to him. Had better hide them after this video. This is the closest that LEGO's probably going to come to releasing a nude minifig. Next up we have Riley Fusebot. He's not really a main character. I had to Google him to see who he was. Apologies if it's not focusing. He's got a lot of detail on him. So it might be a bit hard for the camera to focus. So as you might be able to see, he's got a bit of a beard on him, which goes between the head and the body piece. And I quite like his hat. I'm not sure if it's meant to be made out of raccoon or something. And he has got a gun as one of the accessories and dynamite as the other accessory. So he is basically meant to be one of Lord Business's henchmen. Next up we have Panda Guy. In all honesty, when I first saw him, I couldn't even remember seeing him in the movie, and I've already seen the movie 2 times. Though whilst I can't remember him in the movie and is not really a main character in the movie, he's still a pretty cool character nonetheless. One thing I really like about him is his panda mask. When you pull it off, you have a guy sticking out his tongue. And as you might be able to tell, you actually have to align the eyes on his face to the holes in the panda mask, which I think is pretty cool. He's got a bit of a zip on the front of his panda costume, and he has got a toy bear or a toy panda or a little panda next to him. And last but not least, we have Marsha, Queen of the Mermaids. I also cannot remember seeing her in the movie, though they probably included her as a character that would appeal to younger girls a bit more. I quite like her hairpiece. Obviously her tail piece is unique. She appears to be holding a bit of a crystal or a gem and a seashell. So those are all of the 16 characters in the Lego Movie minifigure set. Tell me what you think of them in the comments section below. Do you like them, or are you a bit disappointed that they didn't include as many main characters such as Unikitty or Retrievers, etc.? So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the like button, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and thanks for watching.